Okay, I had logged out, came back in. I'm going to be doing some gear changes, but I had a little bit of a mishap. I played all the way up to the library before I realized I wasn't in XmaX. So I'm going to start Act 2 over again here, and I'm going to go through what I did.
Have you seen that good-for-nothing servant?
Alright, so Act 1 ended a little bit rough. I had a really close call with Talus. Of course, that was mostly my fault. I shouldn't have tried to take two all at once up close. And Minotaur Lord, he was really tough. And, I did separate at least one of them in the beginning. But Onslaught is a really tough skill. It lowers your defensive ability. He did a lot of damage to me. So I'm going to make some changes. Try to bring my survivability up a little bit. I'm going to stick to the blue items only, epic level, greens, and relics and charms. So this is what I've got. I have the Citadel, and I know it's the same armor rating initially. It has 1 to all skills and defense. The other one has 1 to all skills. So this is a set with the shield. And the shield also has the 1 to all skills and defense. I'm going to try to get to +4 on both my masteries. So, but one of the bonuses is here, the set bonuses, is 20% armor protection. And this piece has 10%. So together, I got a 30% to armor protection. So that means all 4 of my armor slots are going to gain 30% over their armor rating. So I'd be picking up like another 50 armor or so, like on this. So I'll be like at 218. I'm rounding that a little bit. So everything's going to be 30% higher. So I think that's going to help out. I'm going to go with Stonebinder's cuffs. These are epic, so they're +2. I'm going to go with a pair of Revenant Greaves from Epic. They have +1 to all skills. This pair has elemental damage, so that fits in with the build pretty good. Now I am giving up some cold and frostburn damage on these other items, but I think the extra skill points are going to make up the difference. So I'm going to have my 5th Ice Shard. Well, I'll actually have 6. It'll be my 5th bonus Ice Shard. So this Spellbound Charm, I actually found a better one. Even though this one has the total speed from the Lynx affix, it's 10% elemental damage and -21% energy. But this one is -26% energy, and I know my energy costs are going up, and 25% elemental damage. So that's pretty nice increase there. So we'll change that out. Alright, so my resistances aren't that great. I mean, my vitality is -15, but when I switch out to my alternate shield, it goes up to 43%. I have a helm I can put on also. My worst is poison, -28%. And of course, the first boss in Act 2 does a lot of poison damage. So I got a pair of Greaves that I have the pristine plumage on that gives 46% poison resistance. And these are also a pair of the Glade. So this is something I'm going to need against Cerberus when the time comes. I have a ring I can put on for some extra resistances. This one has 28% poison. It has a lot of different resistances. I'm going to have to throw it into one of my ring slots, which means I'm going to lose some energy regen. But I'll only do it for like a boss fight or as needed. I did pick up this sword quest on the way to the library. I'll do that turn in. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm trying out some new armor.
I'll need another camel.
So let's look at the skills here. So now I'm +4. I kept my helm, just stay there. This helm has +1 skills in storm. So that's the only really original piece of armor I'm keeping. So now with the 12 points, which is the maximum here in Torrent, you get your 5th projectile. So that puts me at 6 total. I had 5 total before I put this stuff on. And you see with the 369 frostburn damage, you get some really big gains from those last 4 points. Bigger than you do on the it's kind of out of scale than you do out of the original 8. So I'm maxed out now also on velocity. And I can put one more point still here in Ice Shard in the base. I maxed on obscured visibility. 45% reduced damage, 45% reduced resistance. That's pretty strong. I gotta get some more points up in the base skill though. Give it a bigger radius, more impaired aim. So, but everything's pushed up now. I got my +4 going. So I'm gonna gain some damage from the extra points, losing some from the gear. So far, I mean, in the little run I did that you didn't see, it was working out okay. So now I'm going to start heading back to the library. Let's do the quick sword turn in.
My sword. You found it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else? I forgot, of course you know this, I forgot to do the pigman turn in. Let's go do that now. Delphi. And I think there might be one other turn-in I have to do. I'm going to have to take a quick look at my quest log here.
I dreamt of my husband again. His shape.
Alright, let's see what else I'm missing. Pretty sure I forgot something. Maybe I didn't. Alright, guess I'm okay. Now we'll head on to the library. So I should be getting a little extra damage now with the extra points in that lightning bolt. Although I'm more concerned about the stun I get from it. I want to try to do a little test here on my ice shards with and without squall. Alright, without squall. Sometimes these things are hard to see. Of course, now these are different monsters. But squall should make them go down, like, you know, with less shards. There's a hero in there. I'll do it again when we have a lot of the same monsters and I can see it a little easier. But it should be a fairly significant difference with and without squall on. Oops, I did a circle back where I didn't want to go. There we go. Should be spell breaking those guys. It looks like they had like an earth enchantment or some kind of buff on. Yeah, the reason I finally figured out why I wasn't on XmaX is I got all the way to the beetle boss up there. Nehebcow. No, not Nehebcow. Forgot his name. But anyways, there was only one of them, and there should be three. Those are the sword quest guys. Although I already did it. But you see how there's some hyenas armor in here? The quest guys do have better chances of dropping that stuff, even though that is just the plain not the monster infrequent, but if they wear the plain version, they have a chance to drop the monster infrequent version. The chest piece isn't that bad. There's a couple nice items. I very seldom see it though. I think it'd be kind of nice if they would up the drop rate a little bit on monster infrequents. I mean, some, like saber-tooths, certain ones drop all the time. I don't know why they decided on some they wanted to make more common than others. I mean, I'm glad saber-tooths drop a lot because it's a great weapon. But the thing is, a lot of times, the monster infrequent, you know, of course it comes down to the affixes. And if it has a crappy affix, you know, it isn't much use. So if they dropped a little more frequently, at least you might have a chance of getting one with a good affix. You know, I mean, even if you found 5 of them, chances are only one would be, you know, good. I mean, I'm sure you found piles of saber-tooths, and, you know, there's a few of them that will be really good, and most of them are just average. Of course, even an average saber-tooth is pretty decent, unlike a lot of the other monster infrequent weapons. Those Chthonian razors, they're a really cool looking sword and can be real good, but you really need affixes on those. And most of them I find are just very, very basic. So I feel like my damage is still good. And you know, I may have to make some more tweaks here and there on the on my armor and whatnot. But I want to get through this without wearing any legendaries. And I thought about wearing some of those Easter egg sets. I mean, I don't have all of them, but that stuff is more like, it's blue, but the stats are closer to legendary, so I'd almost feel like I was wearing legendary if I was to use some of those. But you know, if it comes down to it, I will. And I seriously doubt I'll be going to get through this without dying. I'd like to make it to at least Act 3, and hopefully at least to Typhon, without having a death. Well, we'll see. But if I die to 3 Typhons, you know, I can live with that, as long as I can come back and kill them. If I get stuck some point where I just can't get past, you know, that's not going to be any good. But I'll try to prepare as best I can for when Typhon comes, and I'll get all the vitality resistance, and you know, I may have to do a major gear change. I know I have plenty of stuff for the vitality resistance, but those bolts of lightning he throws are pretty strong too. I don't have much for fire resistance. But at least you can dodge the meteors. So let me see. Alright, they're in there. I can kind of see them through the wall. I'm going to see if maybe I can't get these guys separated. I don't really want to run in there against all three of them at once. You see, one of the things that where monsters have an advantage over you is their DOTs stack. So these all do a poison DOT, and if you get hit with three of them, all three of them are going to be taking you down. But that doesn't work with players. You can't stack the same DOT. Alright, let me change out a couple things here. I'm going to put these legs on. Man, see, even that only brings me up to 18%. And I'm going to put on this ring. I got to see which one I can afford to take out. I really don't want to lose either of them. I'm going to have to take... it looks like the health regen's going, or the energy regen's going to be the same. Either one I change. Go to 69, 69. Alright, I better change this ring. Oh yeah, and my poison ended up 46. That's not that bad. But with three of them at once, it's also not that good. Let's see if I can get their attention, or at least one of them. This should pull some aggro if I can hit them. I'm gonna have to chug some energies for sure here. I'm surprised that nothing's coming. See, I definitely hit him. There we go. Now that one's coming. Let's see if that poison hits me, what kind of damage it's going to do. Alright, first health potion already. Not health, I mean energy. But you see the, see, you hit me pretty good there. I took a health. The squall can make him miss, although it didn't really yet. Alright, one down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the other ones or not. I got to see if I can see where they are. Whoops, don't go in there. My Colossus might be able to overcome that damage, the poison damage, with the absorption. The thing is, if it runs out before I kill them both, I'd be in trouble. Oh, there was one just right there. I might be able to pull him. Even the lightning bolt reaches. I could go in there. I'd like to know where the other one is. I'm going to come back here. I know I'm being real cautious on this, but I know that poison is really strong. See, now I can't see him. You get just the right spot, you can see. So right there. Alright, I guess I can't cast there. Alright, I'm probably just going to have to go in. One more try to pull.
Cannot open the door.
I'm not trying to open the door. My Colossus is already gone. That stuff slows you pretty good too. They're getting low. At least one of them is. I can't tell too much on the other one. Alright, that one's down. Alright, it wasn't as bad as I expected. Might have been with 3 of them, though. Got a couple greens here. Got a great axe of reckless power, profaned winding of intellect. -6 health regen per second. No thanks. No, neither of these are really any good. We put together some of these relics. Gonna have to put some in my stash here pretty soon. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do for now. And I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh yeah, one other thing. Let's change my armor back before I forget. Alright, now we can move on. Alright, now we're in Lizard Man territory. There's a cave out here that usually has a hero lizard when you get out the other end. It's up on a ledge. So I'm gonna go in there just to mess with that hero. See if I get 3 of them or not. Reptilian mantle. So some of these guys will have Storm Nimbus, so it does help to dispel them with Spellbreaker, debuff them, whatever you want to call it. So I tend to say dispelled because I played EverQuest for years. I was addicted to that game, and they didn't have debuff. Well, maybe they'd use that term a little bit, but normally it was called dispelling if you're removing them in effect. Let's see what's out here. I'm hoping it's going to be 3 of the heroes, but I don't know if it's going to work out like that or not. No, I only see the one. And he wasn't even any challenge. That's a bummer. Why is this guy hiding in the corner? You thought if you could be quiet enough, I wouldn't notice him? Almost worked, I guess. Alright, I have to log out here. I don't know if this is going to be the end of a video where I'm at this point. So, I'm going to be picking it right back up at that other rebirth fountain that I last activated there out of the library. But I won't come back through this cave. Alright, I'm ready to go again. I just kind of had to log out abruptly there. We can pick up again. We don't need to go back to that cave area. We'll head over to the Beast of Legend quest giver. So there should be 3 of those.
There's something out there.
Alright, so that's good for 2 skill points. As soon as we get them. It's kind of a funny move they got there. They're buffing up or something. Normally you don't see that. You know, they do it just before they're in range, in your view range. So Act 2 is a fairly fast, probably the fastest of all the acts. So we'll be done with it pretty quick. It might only be about 5 episodes, and then we'll be moving into Act 3. So his cave is coming up right here. I always clear the trash first. He's not that strong. I mean, 3 of them is going to be a little harder. And I may as well use some of my skills. Skill points. Alright, let's find a place for those. See, I can't fit out the cave in Colossus. So back in the Immortal Throne days, when you could have 100% cooldown reduction and run permanent Colossus, that was your biggest problem, is you couldn't fit in places. Okay, let's see what we want. May as well finish out this ice shard tree. Alright, everything's 4+. That's as high as that's gonna get. I don't want to do anything else here. This gives... That's flat damage. This percentage lightning damage, that works with some of my other skills. But I don't know if I should put a priority on that. Let's see what I got over here in defense. Let's get some more defensive ability. I'm doing really good now at 80% on all these other resistances. Shield block. And I don't use rally that often. I haven't been using my shield charge at all. Oh, okay, let's go with some more armor handling. Let's not. I already spent my 3 points. What am I thinking? I mean, my 2 points. I'm thinking I only got 3 points, like a level up. There's a rebirth fountain right up ahead here. I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll start heading toward Memphis in the next episode. See you next time.